Part 16. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 151. Bayou feels that the Vinsmoke family, except for Sanji and Reiju, are a bit normal. No one else is normal. Now that you know their strength, you still dare to make noise here. I really don't know whether to say that they have no brains or that they have the courage to go to war with them. Vice Captain Bayou, please don't be impulsive. We don't mean any harm, please listen to my explanation. Reiju shouted quickly. You want to capture our partners, but you still say there is no harm. Bayou sneered. Do you think he and these two fools have the same level of IQ? Bayou, let me handle this matter myself. Sanji said. Bayou glanced at Sanji and sighed, okay. From the day I left home, I have nothing to do with the Vinsmoke family. Go back and tell that old guy, if you dare to attack the people around me, don't blame me for destroying the Germa kingdom. Sanji's eyes were extremely cold and his voice was extremely cold. It's just you who wants to destroy the Germa kingdom. Or you. Ichi's face was full of disdain. In his heart, they have superhuman bodies and powerful battle suits. They also have powerful technological power. Even the world government is very polite to them. Just these few people dare to desire to destroy the Germa kingdom. You don't need anyone else, I am enough alone. If you don't believe me, you can give it a try. Sanji looked at Ichi coldly. Yeah? Then let me see how much you have grown over the years. After Ichi finished speaking, he immediately rushed towards Sanji. You who rely on external forces are the real waste. Get out. Sanji shouted coldly and kicked out like lightning. Bang. Ichi flew out and fell into the sea. It seems that you have really grown a lot. Nika said and wanted to take action. Niji. Stop. Don't forget what we are here for. Reiju shouted loudly. She knew very well the strength of the Straw Hat Pirates. To be able to escape from the war above unscathed is absolutely terrifying. This younger brother of hers has also grown up and is no longer here. I will be bullied like before, but I still have so many reliable partners around me. Snort. Niji snorted coldly and threw out a photo. After Sanji saw the photo, he frowned. Because the photo was none other than red-footed Zepp. If you don't come with me, this old guy will die soon. Even if you can kill us, it will be useless, because time passes and Yongji does not receive our message, he will still kill everyone in that sea restaurant. Niji said coldly. Asshole. Sanji clenched his fists, and veins popped out on his forehead. I am going to kill you. Ichi rushed up from the sea, his face full of anger. Ichi. Stop. Leiju shouted loudly. Sanji. Luffy shouted and stood next to Sanji. I just want to chop off some curly eyebrows. Zoro narrowed his eyes slightly and put his hand on the handle of the knife. If you dare to attack the Straw Hat Pirates, are you prepared to die? Nami said. Never attack friends of the Straw Hat Pirates, that will kill someone. Robin said coldly. I kind of understand why Sanji disowns you, because you don't deserve it. Wai Wei's face was also full of anger. Although the others didn't say anything, their attitude was already obvious. If you dare to attack your friends in the Straw Hat Pirates, you will have to face their anger. If you really dare to attack the restaurant on the sea, your kingdom of Germa will no longer exist. I said this, you can try it. Bayou said coldly. Everyone, calm down. We don't want to be enemies with the Straw Hat Pirates. Sanji, you'd better think about this carefully. Your father is already in all countries talking about the wedding with Big Mom. You understand him and want to change. His decision was not easy. Reiju also sighed as she spoke. She also wanted to help Sanji, but her ability was limited. That's all she could do. As for the final result, It only depends on Sanji himself. Reiju, Iji and Neji shouted in unison. I'll go with you. Sanji said through gritted teeth. Sanji. Luffy shouted. This is my family matter, let me solve it myself. After I finish it, I will definitely come back. Sanji said seriously. Luffy, this is Sanji's decision, we have to trust him. Baiyu said. In fact, he had already guessed this result. The sea restaurant in the East China Sea and GP are Sanji's biggest weaknesses. You can cook and eat by yourself during this time, but don't damage my kitchen supplies. Sanji said very seriously. Okay, go ahead. Baiyu waved his hand. He was going to go to Big Mom. Sanji just took the first step. And now Sanji's strength is not weak. Even if he can't defeat Big Mom, others will still have no problem. Sanji, maybe you can use this. Frankie took out a black box and handed it to Sanji. Thanks. Sanji was not polite and accepted the box. Then the four people left directly. Sanji's departure greatly affected the mood of the people on the ship. What are you doing? It's not like Sanji won't come back, and we asked Sanji to go, but we didn't say we wouldn't follow. Baiyu said. It seems so. Usopp's eyes lit up. Don't worry, Sanji's strength, coupled with the super secret weapon I gave him, is absolutely very safe. Frankie said with a smile on the side. Frankie, my Thor suit isn't ready yet. Anila's eyes narrowed slightly. Your thunder and lightning is too strong. I am adjusting it and it will be completed soon. I guarantee that after we arrive in 10,000 kingdoms, everyone will have steel suits to wear. Frankie said quickly. Do we have one too? Chopper's eyes suddenly lit up. Certainly. Leave it to the super me. Usopp, come help. Frankie said as he pulled Usopp into the dock system and started working. Luffy, give Ace's life card to Nami. Let's go find Ace first, investigate what happened to the Whitebeard pirates, and then go to All Nations. Baiyu has always been worried about Whitebeard's sudden announcement to disband the pirate group. He must know the reason. Luffy also immediately handed over the life card in his hat to Nami. Jinbei, full right rudder. Nami immediately judged the direction. The Wanli Sunshine rode the wind and waves and sailed on the sea. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 152. Somewhere in the New World. You are so anxious to bring me back, just to enjoy the scenery here. Sob was very depressed. He originally wanted to catch up with his brother whom he hadn't seen for many years. But he was forcibly taken away by the dragon and came here. The ship has been parked here for a whole day and night without moving. The dragon is not there yet. What do you want to do? Sabo, how do I treat you? Long asked. What do you want me to do? Sob knows dragons too well. Although he usually seems very serious, when he says this, there is definitely no good thing. What you said hurt my uncle's heart. Is he that kind of person? Long looked sad. Stop. Just tell me what you want me to do. Sob surrendered directly. He found that the current dragon was becoming more and more shameless. A warship is expected to come later. Go over and grab the supplies on the warship. A smile immediately appeared on Long's face. Robbery a warship. Sabo frowned. He felt that this matter was definitely not that simple. Yes, it's to rob a warship. Long nodded immediately. No matter how you look at it, it seems strange to you. You just robbed a warship and you ended up here. Sabo was very suspicious. There were not many people in the Revolutionary Army, but there were still people who wanted to rob a warship. The most important thing is that Long actually led him to rob a warship in person, which was very abnormal. You kid, why do you have so many problems now? Just grab it later. We'll talk about it after it's finished. Long's face became serious because someone was coming. Leader. 3 warships were spotted at 9 o'clock. The soldier opened his mouth to report. That should be it, let everyone prepare. Remember to cover your face. A smile appeared on Long's face. After waiting for a day and a night, he finally arrived. Gold in the sky? He grabbed it? Yes, he came to grab the gold in the sky. After talking with Bayou, he originally wanted to meet directly at the base camp, but after getting the golden root from the sky, he immediately prepared to take action. Anyway, it was the same whether he started early or later. The bear's body was huge and his features were too obvious, so he could only pull Sabo out. Face covered? Sabo frowned. Are you trying to grab the gold in the sky? You are not stupid, you finally thought of it, go and get ready. A smile appeared on Long's face. Our revolutionary army will make changes in the future. Since everything has been robbed, why should I hide my face? Sabo said and rushed out. This bastard boy. Fire me up. Long immediately ordered to fire, and then he flew up. Seizing the sky gold is not a trivial matter, it must be done quickly. The Navy escorting the sky gold only has one lieutenant general, who is no match for Sabo and Long. As for the warship, Long waved his hand, just destroy it. The battle is over in less than 5 minutes. The others are responsible for moving things. Bayou was indeed right, it was still fun to grab the gold in the sky. Long looked at the treasures all over the ground and was very excited. If you do this, we will completely go to war with the world government. Saab said. Aren't we at war with the world government a long time ago? Long smiled. He now wants to make a name for himself and let everyone in the world know that they are fighting the world government and working hard to build a truly peaceful world. I'm really curious about what Bayou said to you. Sabo is really curious. It's really amazing that this stubborn dragon can be described like this. You'll know this when you see him. Long said, taking out a few boxes of banknotes and handing them to Sabo, take the money and go find Bayou and the others, and then you immediately go back to the headquarters for a meeting. All right. Saab nodded. He could feel that Long must have made a big move by doing this. Leader. I found something good. The Yiming soldier ran over, holding a small wooden box in his hand. What? Long asked curiously. It's a devil fruit. The soldier immediately lifted the box and said. That's right, I'll give you a credit, go and do your work. Ryu handed the devil fruit to Sabo, give this to Bayou as well. Okay, then I'll leave. Saab didn't say much, picked up his backpack, got on the boat and left quickly. Hurry up, we have to withdraw too. Long shouted loudly. He was also saying in his heart that a new era is coming. What did you say? The gold in the sky was robbed. King Z stood up excitedly. The heavenly gold is very important to the world government. Although it was just a share stolen, it is definitely not a trivial matter. The Tianlong incident has just ended, and now the heavenly gold has been robbed again. The position of Marshal is too difficult. Got it? It was a group of masked men. They were very powerful, and there was also a person who seemed to be able to control the wind. Our warship was blown away in an instant. There was only one young man who was not masked, but he was too fast and we didn't take any pictures. Photo. The phone bug called again. Okay, come back first. After King Z said that, he hung up the phone directly. His brows knitted together. The phone rang again. King Z, are you still comfortable in the position of Marshal? Sengoku's voice came out, and the phone bug imitated Sengoku's expression, which was very interesting. Talk about something. Ching Pheasant is on fire right now. How can he have time to chat with warring states? There is a problem in Dressrosa, Doflamingo and all his men have been arrested, Let Kizaru arrest Furgo of the G5 branch, he is Doflamingo's undercover, and the Golden Lion he ran away. He is likely to attack the Navy headquarters recently. The Straw Hat pirates also ran away. Wait a minute, let me think about it. By the way, the 3 plagues of the beast pirates are all dead. There seems to be movement in the Germa kingdom in the North Sea. You ask Kizaru to take people back. Garp and I'm going to continue investigating. Warring States said a lot of things in one breath. But for King Z, none of them were good news. Phew. King Z took a deep breath and calmed down. I understand, the gold in the sky has just been robbed, you guys can stop by also investigate. Is the gold in the sky really robbed? Carp's voice sounded. What do you know? Ching Pheasant asked quickly. I don't know, neither of us knows anything, that's it, goodbye. After Warring States finished speaking, he immediately hung up the phone. You idiot, you want to kill both of us. Sengoku looked at Garp angrily. It couldn't really be that guy by you who did it, right? Garp asked doubtfully. If it wasn't his words or your son's doing, they definitely can't escape. Warring States has no suspicion of others at all. For so many years, no one has dared to do anything to Tianshangjian. Apart from the Straw Hats who are fearless, the only ones who dare to do this are Long. And the 2 of them happened to hear it. They said they wanted to rob the gold from heaven. Mr. Carp, come and have a drink quickly. Mr. Warring States, don't be unhappy, let's play a game. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 153. It looks like this town has been abandoned for many years. Lots of signs of battle. Will Whitebeard be here? Hello. Anyone there? The Straw Hats used Ace's life card to come to this unknown island. Seeing this deserted town, everyone was a little confused. Behind the waterfall. Anilu said. Boom. A ball of flame rushed out. Ace. Luffy shouted in surprise. Luffy. Ace was stunned for a moment, then quickly landed on the ground. Why are you here? I heard something happened to Uncle Whitebeard, so I came to find you. Luffy felt better immediately when he saw that Ace was fine. Ace, where's Whitebeard? Bayou asked directly. The main purpose of coming here was for Whitebeard. Inside, follow me. Ace nodded, looking a little serious. What happened to you guys? Bayou asked very curiously. Go inside and talk, Dad will tell you everything, he's waiting for you. Ace said and led the way directly. There was no words all the way until after Joe entered the waterfall. What a beautiful place. Compared to the outside, it's like a paradise. I never imagined that there is such a place behind this waterfall. Seeing the small village in front of them that looked like a paradise, everyone couldn't help but sigh. The captains of the Whitebeard pirates. Nami exclaimed. Luffy and Bayou, you two come in, the others stay here first. Marco said. Can't we go in? Nami asked. Dad only said to let the 2 of them go in. Marco shook his head and said. Just wait here. Bayou said to everyone. Then he came to a dilapidated room. Whitebeard had tubes inserted all over his body, and his breath was very weak. After seeing Bayou and Luffy come in, he opened his eyes. But his eyes were its bloody red, very scary. What happened to you to make you so embarrassed? Bayou walked up to Whitebeard and activated the Palm Immortal technique. But his brows suddenly frowned. Whitebeard's injury was so serious that it was a miracle that he survived. The 2 skills of Huideo and Palm Immortal technique were activated at the same time. No need to waste your efforts, I know my own body. Whitebeard shook his head. I asked you to come here because I have a favor to ask of you. Don't talk yet. Bai hit the energy for healing. The Huidao and Palm Immortal technique in Ghost Path are both healing skills. If both are used at the same time, the recovery speed is very fast. But at this moment, a force full of destructive aura appeared. This force began to crazily destroy the newly repaired parts. Poof! Whitebeard spit out a mouthful of blood. Dad! Marco exclaimed. Mud! I want to see what you are. Baiu's anger also rose. He finally repaired it, and this power came to destroy it. Marco, let me use your regenerative flames. Can you cure Daddy? Marco's eyes widened. As long as there was a glimmer of hope, he was willing to come back with everything, even his own life. It's a bit tricky, but it's not impossible. With your regenerative flames, it should have some effect. You call Chopper in. This is the first time Baiu has encountered this kind of thing. The recovery ability of Palm Immortal technique is very strong, and it has an effect on both internal and external injuries. The Huidao in Ghost Dao is also a specialized healing skill. These two skills are fused together. It's strange that I can't even deal with that strange power. Good. Marco didn't care whether Whitebeard agreed or not, he immediately ran out and brought Chopper in. Don't waste your efforts on things that are useless. Whitebeard waved his hand. I asked you to come because I have something to tell you. After I returned to the New World, Kaido and Lingling were fighting for my territory, ahem. Okay, let's talk later. It's too early for you old guy to die now. It would be meaningless without your Whitebeard in this sea. Baiu said with a smile. He still doesn't believe it. With his ability, he can't save Whitebeard. I am a remnant of the old era. There is no ship that can carry me in the new era. Now it is your world. Whitebeard shook his head and sighed. Yeah? Now there is a guy who claims to be your biological son and is using your name to make waves in the sea. You don't know, right? This is an isolated village, and it seems that it is really possible not to know. Hearing this, Whitebeard's eyes widened. You mean my biological son? You seem surprised. Have you ever stayed on the same ship as Miss Bajin? Baiu asked while treating. It seems that there is such a woman. Whitebeard thought for a while and said. On Rock's pirate ship? Baiu asked again. You really know a lot. It's true that when she was in the Rock's pirates, she seemed to be a doctor. Then she got off the ship early for some unknown reason. I'm not too sure either. Whitebeard looked at Baiu with some surprise. Not many people knew about his affairs in the Rock's pirates, and after so many years, it is impossible for the younger generation to know about him. So is that the one between you? How can it be? Such a weak and ugly woman. How could I like it? Whitebeard suddenly became excited. Well, if not, then there won't be. Don't get excited. Chopper, pay attention that power has appeared again. Baiu immediately became serious, and the power of Huidao and Palm Immortal technique wrapped up the destructive aura. The destructive aura of power seemed to be conscious. After knowing that it was surrounded, it began to struggle crazily. Whitebeard's my face immediately became ugly. Chopper. Chopper immediately understood and directly used the Palm Immortal technique to paralyze Whitebeard and fainted. Baiu directly used a scalpel to cut Whitebeard's belly open. The power of Huidao and the Palm Immortal technique directly extracted the power of the destructive aura. Chopper immediately turned into a human form and quickly healed Whitebeard's wounds. But Baiu's face looked a little bad. This power was so strong. Even if he used all his strength, he still couldn't control this power. Boom! Baiu's a flame rose from the palm of his hand. The temperature in the room instantly increased. What kind of flame is this? Marco was startled. He actually felt afraid of the flame. And after the forceful of destructive aura came into contact with the flame, it actually entered Baiu's body directly. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 154. Puff. After this power entered Bayu's body, it immediately began to cause crazy destruction. As if to take revenge on Bayu, he took it out of Baybeard's body. Bayu! Shopa exclaimed. I'm fine, you two hurry up and treat Whitebeard, I'll go out for a while. After Bayu finished speaking, he disappeared directly. It was very inconvenient for him to find a way to suppress the destructive force in his body. He came to the abandoned house outside the island. Into my body. Just be honest with me. Bayu roared angrily, and the power in his body exploded, trying to clear out this power. But it was useless, even if he used the power of Shura skills, he could not expel it. Instead, it angered this power. More crazy destruction. Bayu's body. Damn it. Since you don't go out, then I'll swallow you. Bayu roared angrily, and the power of Shura in his body exploded, directly swallowing up this destructive force. Poof. A mouthful of blood spurted out. Shura. Swallow it. Bayu clenched his fists, gritted his teeth, and his whole body burned with terrifying flames. Under the full explosion, the power was swallowed up little by little. Finally, Bayu's physical strength reached the limit and he fainted. When he woke up, all the Straw Hats gathered around him. Bayu! You are finally awake. When Nami saw Bayu wake up, she hugged him excitedly. How many days have I been in coma? Bayu asked, shaking his dizzy head. You've been in a coma for 3 days and 3 nights. You scared us to death. Nami said, wiping her tears. How's Whitebeard doing? Bayu asked quickly. Don't let him make it so miserable. If Baybeard is still dead, it will be a big loss. Whitebeard's body is recovering and he is fine. Chopper said immediately. Just be fine. Bayu breathed a sigh of relief. Finally, his efforts were not in vain. Why are you looking at me like that? Bayu found that everyone looked at him strangely. Bayu, are you really okay? Luffy asked quickly. What can happen to me? Bayu is very strange. He is now better than ever and feels that his strength has increased a lot. Look. Robin took out a mirror. Damn it. Bayu was so frightened that he cursed because his black hair turned into snow-white hair. Goo la la la, you saved my life again, boy Bayu. Whitebeard walked in. Then you owe me 2 lives. Bayu smiled and didn't care about his hair. It's white, and it looks pretty handsome. Goo la la la, let's go out and talk. Whitebeard laughed. It just so happens that I also have many things I want to ask you. Bayu has a lot of questions in his heart. This destructive force is really too strong. And it's just this. If there were more, he would be dead. He always thought that his strength could stand in this world. To the top. But he never expected that just this force would almost kill him. The two of them walked to the abandoned town. This is my hometown. It was once reduced to a lawless place because I could not pay the heavenly gold. It was destroyed by pirates when I was a child. Whitebeard said as he walked. Later I left here and became a pirate. Okay, I know all this nonsense about you. Let's first talk about the outcome of your battle with Big Mom and Kaido. Bayu interrupted Baybeard's babble. Although I couldn't use my full strength, I still had no big problem dealing with the two of them, and they were also afraid of me, so they just withdrew. Whitebeard said very proudly. So where did your injury come from? Bayu frowned. Since he didn't get hurt from Kaido and Auntie, then who was it? After the war, our pirate ship was also badly damaged and we were looking for a place to repair it. As a result, we encountered an island where the pointer was no longer recorded. Whitebeard paused. You old guy, keep talking. Bayu asked anxiously. The island was full of life and there were many magical animals. We spent 7 days repairing there. Just when we were about to leave, an unusually terrifying force erupted on the island. In just an instant, all life on the island was stripped away. I have never seen such a terrifying power. It is full of destructive power, a power that is completely incomparable to my earthquake fruit ability. In order to protect the children, I could only use all my strength to resist this destructive force. Although I finally blocked it, this force also entered my body. I knew that I could not hold on for long, so I had to disband the pirate group. No, let outsiders know that I am dying. I originally wanted to wait for you to come because I wanted to ask you to take care of my silly sons. Unexpectedly, you saved my life again. Whitebeard also looked at the sky in the distance with some emotion. Do you remember where that island is? Bayou asked quickly. After the destructive power erupted, the island disappeared, and I didn't detect any other aura. That is definitely not a power that humans can control. Even in the Devil Fruit Manual, there is no record of such terrifying destructive power. The only explanation is that it is the power of nature, the power that truly destroys the world. Whitebeard looked at Bayou very seriously. I know what you are thinking, never try to control that kind of power. I'm not that stupid. You're fine now. What are you going to do? Bayou changed the topic. You should know my physical condition. Even if I get better now, I won't live for a few more years. It's good to take a rest here. Whitebeard's face showed a trace of exhaustion and relief. Okay, whatever you want, now that things have been cleared up, we're leaving. Bayou waved his hand and prepared to leave. He also wanted to go to Auntie's place. He had not forgotten the 3 pieces of historical text. If there is a place where I am needed, I will definitely be there if I am not dead yet. Whitebeard said solemnly. Then don't die too early, the real new world has not yet arrived. Bayou smiled, his goal has been achieved. The next step is to put away the other 3 emperors, and then find Rafdrug. Take a look at what the legendary secret treasure is. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 155. Ace. Follow me. Luffy shouted. Ace clenched his fists, feeling very entangled in his heart. He wanted to continue taking risks, after all, he was only 20 years old. But he still couldn't let go of his father Whitebeard. Go for it? You should live for yourself, not for an old man like me. How could Whitebeard not know what Ace was thinking? The Straw Hats are so charming. In just a few days, they have been recognized by everyone in the village. And these sons of his are very fond of the Straw Hats. It was also very good. He even suspected that if he really died, as long as the Straw Hats opened their mouth, his sons would probably join directly. Dad. Ace's tears instantly flowed down. Don't worry, I still have a few more years to live. When you find the great secret treasure, you can tell me about it when you come back. Whitebeard waved his hand, turned around and left. No one noticed the tears left in the corners of Whitebeard's eyes. Ace, go ahead. Dad will be fine if we take care of him. Let's go, don't delay the time of sailing. The Straw Hats take good care of Ace. I'll remember to come back and see us when I have time. The captains of the Whitebeard pirates all waved goodbye. Thank you all for taking care of me for such a long time. Ace bowed his thanks solemnly. After saying that, he jumped directly onto the Wanli Sunshine. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye. The Straw Hats also waved goodbye. Luffy's face was full of joy. Because Ace got on his ship. Set off. Go find Sanji. Luffy shouted excitedly. Set sail. To celebrate Ace joining. I propose a party to celebrate. Luffy shouted again. Without Sanji, who would make the food? Zoro said. Oh. Luffy then remembered that Sanji was not on the ship. Forget it, let me do it. Baiyu is very helpless. Now he can only do it. Forget about the food that others have cooked. Can you also cook? Ace looked at Baiyu in confusion. He found that there seemed to be nothing that Baiyu couldn't do. Sanji's cooking skills all came from Baiyu. Nami said from the side. Baiyu, do you have any skills to give to Ace? Luffy asked quickly. Yes, don't worry, we'll talk about it later at the banquet. Baiyu said and walked into the kitchen. Nami, Robin, and Wei also immediately followed in to help. If Sanji were here, he would definitely die of envy. When he was cooking, no one came to help. At most, someone will come to serve the food after the meal is finished. Skill. Ace looked confused. Baiyu knows many magical skills, just like Chopper's Palm Immortal Technique and my 8-Gate Dungia. Each skill is very powerful. Luffy gave a brief introduction. And almost every skill is tailor-made for us and suits us very well. Zoro said. How strong is he? Ace also sighed very much. Brother Ace, after you learn new skills, we will discuss it. Jinbei patted Ace on the shoulder. He was still thinking about the battle between the two of them 3 years ago. Jinbei, it seems you have also gained a powerful skill. Ace smiled and looked at Jinbei. Among the Straw Hats, apart from Luffy, the one he was most familiar with was Jinbei. Jinbei's skills are super powerful. Luffy said very exaggeratedly. There is no way, Jinbei plays with water, no, plays with the sea, he is simply a killer of ability users. Ace, your flames are also very powerful. Come and give me some flames. I will study it and give you a Vulcan suit. Frankie took out a special container and came to Ace's side. Set it here. Ace looked confused. He found that the people in the Straw Hat Pirates were so strange. Well, input more flames, don't be afraid of damage. Frankie looked excited. He had research materials again, and the power of the steel suit could be improved a lot. With doubts, Ace spurted out blazing fire from his arm. The originally violent flames were all destroyed by Frankie. Special container on hand absorbs. Super. That's it? Frankie shouted excitedly, put away the container and ran away. Be careful. Before he finished speaking, Frankie had already disappeared. Don't worry, my thunder and lightning are more violent than your flames, but to that guy, our power is just a prop for his research. Enilu said. All right. Ace also nodded helplessly. Before he joined the Straw Hat Pirates, he felt that these people were quite normal, but after joining, he realized that there are no normal people here. At this time, a strong aroma came out. It smells so good. It feels even more delicious than what Sanji makes. Smell good. I want to eat meat. Luffy drooled. Although the others were not as miserable as Luffy, they were not much better. Frankie also ran out after smelling the fragrance. The party has begun. Baiyu came out with the 3 girls carrying delicious food. Soon a large table full of delicious food was set up. Luffy. Your mouth will flow all over the food. Usopp yelled. Okay, let's eat. After Baiyu's words fell, everyone immediately started eating. The originally neat tabletop was instantly in a mess. But everyone was enjoying it. It didn't take long, and there were only empty plates on the table, and it's the kind of plate with no grease stains at all. It's so delicious, and I feel like my body's strength has increased a lot. Ace lay on the chair, very satisfied. Now that you have joined us, I will not favor one over the other and will give you a skill. Baiyu said and pointed his finger on Ace's eyebrows. In an instant, Ace's whole body burned with flames. Huh. Ace took a deep breath, and the flames disappeared instantly. The whole person's aura changed. Thank you, Vice Captain. Ace sincerely thanks. You're welcome, we're all our own people. Bayou smiled slightly and didn't care. Ace. What skills did Bayou teach you? Luffy asked quickly. Regarding the skill of fire, its name is Huo. Ace answered. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 156. Huo, from the world of Wushan, one of the 5 elements users has the ability of fire. Because the rules of the world are different, the skill effects are also different. Please experience it by yourself. Yes, it is the power of Wushan Huaxing. The power of fire plus the burning fruit, when these two powers are combined, Ace's strength will definitely increase by leaps and bounds. As long as Ace cultivates his domineering power, I believe he will soon become a top combat power. Brother Ace, let's find a place to compete. Jinbei is full of fighting spirit. Okay, I also want to try the power of the new skills. Ace also wants to have a fight. Count me in. I also want to see which one is stronger, fire or thunder. Enilu said from the side. In this case, count me in. How could Zoro miss such a battle? I also want. I also want. Luffy shouted excitedly. I also want. Chopper also shouted. My heartbeat is also a little faster, even though I have no heart, yo ho ho ho. Brook also wanted to get involved. Since everyone is so interested, I will get there early and we will have a friendly competition. The winner will be rewarded. Bayou looked at the excited people with a smile on his face. What a reward! Luffy's eyes immediately lit up. Keep it secret for now, we will tell you when the time comes. Bayou smiled mysteriously. Seeing this, everyone wanted to have a fight now. There was a boat approaching and there were quite a few people. Enilu said. It's a pirate ship. Usopp took a look at the telescope. If you want to take action, now is your chance. Bayou glanced at the pirate ship that appeared in the distance, with a smile on his face. He didn't expect that he would meet this fool so soon. Yes, the pirate ship that came was none other than Will, the fool who called himself Whitebeard too. Bulletin. Although that guy's IQ is not high, his strength is definitely not weak. After all, he can cut off the arm of the black-armed Zifa. This record alone is enough to illustrate his strength. Boom. The cannonball exploded on the sea, and water sprayed into the sky. Rise. Unexpectedly, I met the Straw Hat Pirates here. That's great. Wilbur, defeat the Straw Hats and you will be the 5th Emperor of the New World. Miss Biajin was so excited that he even spit out his saliva. I want to be the Emperor. Wilb sucked back the snot from his nose. 5 Emperors. 5 Emperors. Captain Wilbu, the 5th Emperor. Defeat the Straw Hats. A group of boys started cheering and cheering loudly. You still dare to call yourself Whitebeard too? Enilu suddenly appeared and looked at Wilbu with disdain. How could a man like Whitebeard have such a son? This is simply insulting Whitebeard. It's you who uses your father's name to make waves in the sea. Ace fell from the sky and looked at Wilbur with an evil look in his eyes. Enel, the user with the natural thunder fruit ability. Natural type burning fruit ability user Portgas D. Ace. 2 natural systems. After the little guy saw the two of them, there was immediately no movement. So what about the natural system? Kill them. Miss Biajin immediately shouted, kill them. Kill you. Wilbu shouted, picked up the same naginata as Whitebeard's in both hands, jumped high and struck at Enilu with the sword. It's really not a wise choice. Enilu shook his head and disappeared instantly. Boom. Wilbu cut a huge gap in the ship's plank with this knife. Divine punishment. Anilu floated in the air and waved his hand. A bolt of thunder came down from the sky and hit Wilbu. Boom! The thunder and lightning burned Wilbu's whole body black and he fell to the ground. That's it? Anilu was stunned for a moment. He didn't even use any force, and he fell down. Wilbur! Miss Jane shouted, ran over quickly, and burst into tears. Do you jump into the sea yourself, or do I help you? Ace said. Jump yourself. The little guys didn't hesitate and started jumping into the sea directly. Please, I only have this son, please let us go, he no longer has the strength to fight. Woohoo, we won't be pirates anymore. Please, for the sake of me, an old woman, please let us mother and son go. Miss Badgen knelt on the ground and kept begging for mercy, crying so sadly. Those who didn't know thought that Wilbu was dead. Ace frowned. He knew that Anilu was very strong, but this guy always it can't be that weak, right? Your acting skills are so bad. Anilu exposed it mercilessly. It turns out to be acting. Ace suddenly realized. You are worthy of being Luffy's brother. You both have the same mind. Anilu looked at Ace with a very strange look. Look what he has become. How can I still act? Ace. I know you are a good person. Let us go. I beg you. Miss Badgen crawled towards Ace as he spoke. Just when he was about to reach Ace, his eyes suddenly became sharp. Swish, densely packed hidden weapons went straight towards Ace. Ace raised his hand, and the terrifying heat instantly melted the hidden weapon. I knew you would be like this a long time ago. Do you really think I am a fool? If he really believed what this old woman said, he would really be a fool. At this moment, Wilbu on the ground rushed straight to Ace like a rocket, very fast. The huge Naginata swept out. Fire punch. Ace punched out, and the terrifying flames instantly engulfed Wilbu. Bang! Wilbu rushed out of the flames and hit Ace. Ace was directly knocked away. Your hegemonic power is too weak, even this can be hit. Anilu shook his head, I'll do it. Thunder Dragon. Boom! The giant dragon formed by thunder and lightning directly entangled Wilbu. The terrifying current burned Wilbu's entire body black. Plop! Wilbu fell to the ground again. Stand up, Wilbur! Miss Jane shouted loudly. Mom, it hurts. Wilbu actually stood up. What kind of monster is this guy? Anilu frowned. He could feel that Wilbur didn't even use his domineering power, and just relied on himself to resist the Thunder Dragon. The Thunder Dragon didn't die after being hit, and it only hurt a little, which was a bit strange. Outrageous. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 157. This Wilbu is a bit interesting. Bayou is also a little curious. He was hit twice by Aniro's thunder and once by Ace's fire fist, but it only hurt a little. This monster's physique is indeed rare. The most important thing is that Wilbu has not used any attacks so far. He didn't even use his domineering power. If Wilbu said he didn't know how to do this, he wouldn't believe it. So whether this guy is really stupid or pretending to be stupid remains to be verified. There's something wrong with this guy. Leave him to me and you kill that old woman. Anilu said, the lightning flashing on his body, and he directly attacked Will. Why don't you deal with the old woman? Ace shouted dissatisfied. Don't hurt Mom. Wilbu shouted, picked up the big knife and slashed at Ace. Bang! The shipboard shattered. The force of this blow was obviously much greater than the one just now. And the speed was also very fast. Crossfire. Ace crossed his two index fingers to form a cross. A cross flame went straight to Wilbur. So hot. So hot. Wilbu's body immediately burned and he shouted in pain. Thor's gun. The thunder and lightning in Aniro's hand condensed into a spear. Poof. The thunder and lightning spear instantly penetrated Wilbu's heart. It hurts. You all deserve to die. Wilbu roared angrily, and the flames and lightning on his body disappeared instantly. The muscles in his body seemed to have swelled a lot. He picked up the big knife with both hands and slashed with it. Boom! The huge slash went straight to the two of them. The two immediately advanced the elements. Hua dodged the slashing blow. At this time, Wilbu's huge body came in front of Enelu in an instant. He hit Enelu directly with an armed and domineering punch. Bang! Enelu flew upside down. Go out! Wilbu grabbed the big knife with his other hand and swept out, heading straight for Ace. Firefly firebolt Hitterma. As he dodged the attack, Ace created many light groups like fireflies floating around Wilbu with his hands. Boom! A huge explosion sounded. Wilbur! Miss Biajin roared. You ugly old woman, you dare to slander my father, you should die too. Fire punch. Don't hurt mom. Wilbu held a big knife in front of Miss Biajin and swung it out. The flame was cut in half and blasted on the pirate ship. You bastard, pretending to be crazy. Enelu's angry voice sounded, and thunder and lightning surrounded his body. Divine punishment, thunder god's sword. With Enelu's roar, the thunder and lightning in the sky began to rage, and dense thunder swords floated in the air. Fall. Rumble. All the thunder swords fell on Wilbu like rain. Mom, it hurts. Wilbu cried. Enelu in a furious state is very scary. Even if Wilbu has terrifying healing ability, he will not be better off. Die. The thunder sword triggered the thunder in the sky. Boom! The violent thunder and lightning directly split the pirate ship into pieces. Wilbu and Miss Biajin also fell into the water. The world is finally clean. Enelu vented all his anger and his mood improved. Enelu! Nami yelled angrily. What's wrong? Enelu appeared next to Nami instantly. Bang! Nami punched her and said through gritted teeth, you demolished the ship and all the treasure is gone. Forget it, they don't look like they have money. Bye. You shook his head, Jinbei, go get that fool up, and let the old woman let him die. Wilbu is still useful. It would be a pity if he died. At least he can't die now. Alright. Although Jinbei didn't know what Baiyu was going to do, he still went into the water to fish for the person. Soon, Wilbu was thrown on the deck. Although he was seriously injured, he was not dead. Not only that, the injury was still growing rapidly. Heal. Interesting ability, use the Sea Tower Stone to lock him up. Baiyu said. After the Halo Stone was locked, Wilbu's healing ability stopped. However, it did not stop completely, but was healing very slowly. This guy's physique is also very special. Chopper, please draw some blood and study it. Baiyu discovered that Wilbu's body has strong self-healing power. Even if his ability is restricted by Halo Stone, he can still heal himself. Why did you keep him? Nami asked doubtfully. The main reason is that this guy looks stupid and ugly, and she really can't stand it. Use him to bribe people, this guy is very valuable. Baiyu smiled, took out his phone, and called Warring States. What's up? The voice of the Warring States period came out. Please help me inform Zifa that I have a gift for him and ask him to come to me. He should be able to find me. Baiyu said directly. Bastard, won't you find him yourself? The Warring States period was very angry. If I can find him, I won't look for you, that's it, hurry up. After Baiyu finished speaking, he hung up the phone directly. He didn't give Warring States a chance to get angry at all. Ha ha ha, Warring States period, you also have today, the fish is hooked. Garp laughed, picked up the fishing rod and pulled a big fish onto the boat. That boy Baiyu is looking for Zifa, will something happen? Warring States fell into deep thought. Why are you thinking so much? Let Zifa think about it on his own. Get the senbei quickly and don't try to get away with it. Garp stretched out his hand and asked for the senbei. Bang! Sengoku slapped Garp's hand and turned around and walked into the cabin. On the other side, the Straw Hats looked at Baiyu with confusion. They had no idea why Baiyu wanted to contact the new navy. Zifa is a former navy admiral. He has been arresting pirates for decades and has never killed a pirate. Therefore, he is not called a non-killing general. However, the pirates were not grateful and killed Zifa's whole family. From then on, Zifa began to hate pirates and resigned as admiral of the navy. However, he was persuaded by the then marshal to retain him. At that time, he was not completely disappointed with the navy, so he stayed as an instructor of the navy. The three later generals of the navy were all students of Zifa, including many well-known vice admirals. Most of the backbone of the navy were trained by Zifa. It can be said that the navy can be so powerful now because of Zifa. The law has great merit. Baiyu slowly told everyone about Zifa. Woohoo, so touching! Frankie cried excitedly. Fortunately, I didn't kill him last time, otherwise I would have really killed a good person. Luffy is also very happy. No, then why did he form a new navy, which seems to be opposed to the navy? Nami asked doubtfully. This matter has something to do with Ace. Baiyu looked at Ace. Ace looked confused. He has never even met Zifa, so why is he still related to him? About a few years ago, the internship ship led by Zifa was attacked by pirates. All the students on the ship were killed. Only 2 survived. Zifa also cut off one of his arms. The guy who cut off Zifa's arm was this fool. You pointed at Wilbu on the ground. Because of saving you, the Navy headquarters was destroyed, Marina Vando sank, the Navy suffered heavy losses, and was unable to suppress the pirates, so the world government found several Shishibukai, including this fool. At this moment, the phone bug rang. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 158. Are you looking for me? Zifa's voice sounded. I have prepared a gift for you, you will definitely like it. Bye. You said with a smile. He was not surprised that Zifa could find him. Aren't you afraid that I will catch you? Zifa said coldly. If you wanted to catch us, you would have caught up with us a long time ago. I also happened to meet a Shishibukai and caught him by the way. After that, I thought of you. Bye. You said with a smile. Zifa was silent for a moment and did not speak immediately. After a while, he said, I'll go find you right away. After saying that, the phone bug hung up. Baiyu, although this Zifa used to be very good, but now he is very scary. If Luffy hadn't stopped him last time, we would have been doomed. Usopp shouted quickly. Don't worry, he won't do anything to us. Maybe we can still be our own people in the future. Baiyu smiled. Although Zifa hates pirates now, he is not a fool. The strength of the Straw Hat Pirates is not something that just anyone can deal with. Even the Navy, he won't attack them easily. Not to mention the new Navy, which still has a shallow foundation. The new Navy is coming. Analu said. You wait on the boat. Baiyu grabbed the idiot Wilbu, lifted it up, and flew directly over. Bang! Wilbu's huge body fell directly onto the warship. Sure enough, it was him. After N saw Wilbu, he thought of the darkest day. Zifa also glanced at his right hand. That day, he lost more than just his right hand. Mr. Zifa seems to be in good condition. Baiyu appeared on the deck of the warship with a smile on his face. Tell me your conditions. Zifa said coldly. If I wanted to impose conditions, I wouldn't have brought this fool over directly. Baiyu shook his head. he would not be stupid enough to put forward conditions directly. Sometimes, no conditions are the best conditions. Especially when dealing with these old stubborns, it is the most effective. No conditions. Will you help me? Zifa looked at Bayu very doubtfully. As I said, this is just a gift, not a favor. Bayu smiled slightly. I don't believe you have such a good heart. Ayin looked at Bayu with hatred. And Zifa scolded, then looked at Bayu. I don't care what your purpose is, if you can hand this person over to me, I will thank you here on behalf of my dead students. With that said, Zifa bowed to Bayu and thanked him. I'll accept your thanks, but won't you even give me a drink? Bayu did it directly on the ground. Go get 2 bottles of wine. Zifa said. Ayin glanced at Bayu hatefully, then turned around to get the wine. I want it with sherry, Shiopapi. Bayu shouted. Drink you to death. Ayin said bitterly. If you want to drink me to death, I'd better get more, but less will not kill me. Bayu said with a smile. He found this Ayin quite interesting. Snort. Ayin snorted and walked into the cabin. I have been on the sea for decades and have caught countless pirates, but I have never seen a pirate like you. You are really hard to see through. Zifa said seriously. Thank you Mr. Zifa for your compliment. I am actually a very simple person. It's just that you have less exposure to me. Bye. You said with a smile. Here you go. Poison you to death. Ayin threw the bottle to Bayu bitterly. Bayu laughed, not angry, opened the bottle and took a sip. This wine is good. Zifa also opened the bottle and took a sip. This is the best wine. Mr. Zifa, have you thought about the future? Or have you thought about it for students like you? Bye. You asked suddenly. Zifa was stunned for a moment, then looked at Bayu. Are you here to preach to an old guy like me? I didn't mean that, I was just stating some facts. Bye. You said, taking another sip, and continued. The Navy's power has not yet recovered, and you pose no threat to them. You can also help them suppress the pirates, so they will naturally not touch you. However, have you ever thought about it, when the Navy recovers its power, will the world government still allow the existence of your new Navy? In other words, can you fight against the 3 generals of the Navy by yourself? Bang! Jaffa crushed the wine bottle directly. His face was extremely gloomy. What do you mean? It is true that there are no good pirates, but compared to the darkness and corruption of the world government, pirates are already good. Bye. You said and took another sip of wine. Is this world really so chaotic because of so many pirates? What do you want to say? Zifa looked at Bayu seriously. In fact, Mr. Zifa understands what I mean, but he just doesn't want to think about it, right? After Bayu finished speaking, he drank the entire bottle of wine, and then threw the bottle directly to Ayin. This wine is really good. I hope I can drink it with you again in the future. After Bayu finished speaking, he flew up. Wait a moment. Ayin suddenly shouted. What's going on with Miss N? Bye. You asked with a smile. Please save Teacher Zifa. As long as you can cure Teacher Zifa's disease, I will agree to any conditions you have. N. How can you act like a pirate asking for help? Zifa yelled loudly. Do you agree to any conditions? Bayu took a look at Ayin. She has a perfect figure and a delicate face. As long as you can cure it? N. Shut up. Zifa's veins popped up on his forehead. You'd better get some sleep first. Bayu instantly appeared next to Zifa and put his hand on Zifa's neck. Zifa instantly collapsed to the ground. Teacher Zifa. The soldiers around him immediately became nervous. Don't move. Ayin shouted immediately. Bayu ignored the others and checked Zifa's body. I can cure Zifa's disease, no matter the cost. Bai Yu appeared next to Yin and whispered in Yin's ear, "It's you." Yin gritted his teeth and clenched his fists. "Okay. I promise you." "Very good." A smile appeared on Bai Yu's face. Yin's ability was very strong. Then he appeared next to Zifa and activated the Hui Dao and Palm Immortal technique together. After a while, Bai Yu disappeared. When he reappeared, he had taken out several bottles in his hand. "Medicine. Okay, just wait for him to wake up and take medicine for him. Once a day, come to me when you run out of medicine." "Bye," Yu said, holding a phone bug and handing it to Yin. He also whispered in Yin's ear, "I'll wait for you." Then he immediately activated his ability and disappeared. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 159. Zifa slowly opened his eyes. Then he sat up suddenly. "Teacher Zifa, you finally woke up, how do you feel?" Yin asked quickly. "And where is Bai Yu?" Zifa asked coldly. "They have left," Yin said in a low voice. "Huh?" Zifa took a deep breath and looked at Yin. "What conditions did you agree to him?" He didn't say anything and left directly after the treatment without saying any conditions. Yin didn't tell Bai Yu's conditions. She was afraid that if she said it, Teacher Zifa would fight to the death. And Bai Yu only talked about it and did not take her away by force. If she was taken away by force, no one can stop it. Let's go and act according to the original plan. There is no need for pirates in this world. Zifa's eyes were firm. He felt that his physical condition was very good and the plan could continue. Although he understood what Bai Yu said, he still decided to end it all in his own way. Even if it cost him his life, no matter what. At this time, another person who wanted to take revenge on the world also started taking action. However, Zifa wants to destroy the pirates. But the Golden Lion wants to destroy the navy. The two are completely different extremes. But the Golden Lion not only wants to destroy the navy, but also wants to dominate the world. Destroying the navy was only the first step in his plan. Although Golden Lion did not invite Bai Yu, he also invited dozens of famous pirate groups in the New World. To ordinary pirates, the Golden Lion is a legendary figure. A terrifying strength that could once compete with the Pirate King Roger and Whitebeard. He was also the first person in history to escape from the deep-sea prison. With these names on his body, how could the invited pirates disagree? Plus the ability of the Golden Lion. Tens of thousands of pirates were immediately summoned. Today is the first day of our alliance, let's celebrate. The Golden Lion said loudly. Golden Lion boss, how do you celebrate? It wouldn't be interesting to have a banquet, right? How is it possible? The celebration of our Golden Lion alliance must be to kill the navy. The pirate captains immediately started discussing. Everyone, be quiet. The Golden Lion shouted. It immediately became quiet. Everyone, follow me. Golden Lion said and walked out of the room. Many pirates immediately followed him. Here it is. Navy headquarters. No, don't you want it to be so exciting? Just attack the Navy headquarters directly. Ha ha ha, the Golden Lion boss is just different. This is a celebration. The pirates immediately became excited when they saw the Navy headquarters below. It's not time to start a war yet. The main reason for coming here today is to celebrate the establishment of our Golden Lion Alliance. The other reason is to tell the world that I, the Golden Lion, are back. The Golden Lion's words fell. The pirate ships and some small islands floating in the air quickly fell towards the Navy headquarters. Boom. 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 Enemy attack. Enemy attack. What the hell happened? It's heaven. Look. A ship flying in the sky. Golden Lion. King Z is very angry. The new naval headquarters has just been built. Now it needs to be restored. And he is in a very bad mood now. The sky gold has been robbed, and the Tianlong people are asking him to recover the sky gold. Great. There are more and more pirates on the route, and the new world is getting more and more chaotic. At this time, the Golden Lion comes to attack the Navy headquarters. If he lets the Golden Lion run away, then he, the Navy Marshal, really doesn't have to do it. Fujitora. Never let the Golden Lion run away. Aoji had been prepared for a long time, but luckily he didn't let Fujitora leave. Fujitora's gravity fruit happened to be the nemesis of the Golden Lion's light fruit. I also want to meet this legendary pirate. Fujitora said and walked out. Ha ha ha. It's so funny to see those Marines. Interesting. So funny. This is a celebration. Seeing the Navy in panic makes me so happy. The pirates looked down at the embarrassed Navy and were very excited. On the sea, they were in such a mess when they met the Navy. Now they are in the sky, and the one who is embarrassed is the Navy. And just when they are excited, they are floating in the air. The pirate ship began to shake. Golden Lion's face changed. He felt the danger and quickly controlled the pirate ship to take off. Come down. Fujitora swung his sword in the air. The pirate ship quickly descended. Stop it! The Golden Lion roared, and the pirate ship stopped. Click-cracks began to appear in the hull. The battle between two powerful ability users was definitely not something this ship could withstand. What exactly is going on? Good wait. All the bones in the body are about to be broken. Golden Lion boss. Help us. The pirates were all lying on the board of the ship, motionless. Shut up. The Golden Lion was very unhappy. Today is the day when his alliance was established. He just wanted to celebrate, destroy the Navy headquarters, and then recruit more subordinates. But he did not expect that he would get off to a bad start and encountered an ability that was incompatible with his ability. Bye. Lion Power Earth Scroll. The Golden Lion roared, sweeping up the ground of the Navy headquarters and heading straight for Fujitora. Has the fruit's ability really awakened? The ground around Fujitora began to sink continuously, spreading rapidly to the surroundings. The Golden Lion's attack was also neutralized. Gravity spread to the pirate ship floating in the air. Click. The pirate ship cannot withstand such gravity started to shatter. All the pirates on the pirate ship fell down. Chopping. The famous sword on the Golden Lion's leg was swung, and it rushed out with a huge slash. The ground was cut instantly. The Golden Lion looked at the pirates who had fallen, and he had no choice. He gritted his teeth and had no choice but to leave. If the Vine Tiger's gravity fruit has not awakened, so he will still compete, but when he sees that the gravity fruit has awakened, he has no need to continue fighting. And the most important thing is that he is not ready to fight with the Navy yet. Don't even think about running. The green pheasant jumped into the air, and the huge ice surface directly blocked the Golden Lion's retreat. He quickly shouted Fujitora. Although I cannot see, I am not deaf. Fujitora complained and swung his knife towards the sky. The Golden Lion's face suddenly changed. I am the strongest officer of the Straw Hats. Author, Super Red. Chapter 160. New World. Newspaper prices actually increased. Nami looked at the seagull that delivered the letter very dissatisfied, 100 Baileys. The seagull shook his head quickly. Our chopper only has 100 belly. A newspaper of yours actually sells for 150 pele. Nami said bitterly. Nami. Chopper burst into tears. Although he defeated warring states last time. However, Sengoku did not report it, and the operation was not public. During Dressrosa, Chopper turned into a human form, and no one recognized Chopper. Therefore, Chopper's reward is still only $100. Sorry Chopper. Nami apologized quickly, and sadly took out 150 belly and bought a newspaper. If we are caught in the future, we will be locked up, and Chopper will probably be eaten, right? Robin said from the side. Eat, drop. Chopper's face turned pale with fright, and he jumped directly into Bayou's face. Bayou quickly took Chopper off his face. Robin, please stop scaring Chopper. Bayou was very helpless. There was nothing he could do about Robin's sinister character. It's better to die than to be imprisoned for the rest of your life. Robin said calmly. Bayou, I don't want to be eaten, and I don't want to die either. Chopper burst into tears. Well, no. Bayou patted Chopper gently and stroked it a few times. It was more comfortable than petting a cat. Bayou. The Golden Lion attacked the Navy headquarters. Nami exclaimed. This old guy is really persistent. What's the result? You asked with a smile. Marshal Aokiji and General Fujitora fought against Golden Lion for 3 days and 3 nights. Most of the Navy headquarters was destroyed. Golden Lion broke an arm and escaped, and everyone in the Golden Lion pirates was captured. Many islands and strange creatures have appeared around the Navy headquarters, and Navy scientists are conducting research. Nami told all the reports in the newspaper. Why does this news feel a bit familiar? Bayou frowned. If he remembered correctly, the last time the Golden Lion fought against Garp and Warring States was 3 days and 3 nights, and most of the Navy headquarters was destroyed, but the final result was that the Golden Lion was captured. And this time he was not caught, but he also lost a hand. Originally, both legs were gone, and now an arm is gone. What a miserable Golden Lion. Any other news? Bayou asked. Let me see. Nami quickly flipped through the newspaper to check the important news. When she saw a piece of news, her eyes widened. Kaido and Big Mom have formed an alliance. It seems that these guys are planning to join forces to deal with us in the past 2 days. Bayou immediately understood the purpose of the alliance between these two people. Kaido's 3 generals were killed by them. If he wanted to deal with them, he could only join forces with Big Mom. Against us? To Yonko. Nami's eyes widened. In her opinion, the 4 emperors are already the top strong men in this sea. 1 is enough for them to deal with. If 2 of them join forces. Don't underestimate yourself, and don't underestimate us, the Straw Hat Pirates. We are more terrifying in their eyes than they are in your eyes, otherwise they wouldn't join forces to deal with us. Bayou smiled slightly. They want to become the only kings among pirates, how can they be afraid of the mere 4 emperors? What's in front of you? Enilu exclaimed. Others immediately looked over. Is this an elephant? Everyone was shocked. Even Bayou was frightened by this huge elephant master. The huge body towering into the clouds was slowly walking in the sea. It was really shocking. This is the elephant owner who has lived for who knows how many years. On his back is Siuao, the hometown of the Fur tribe. Bayou opened his mouth and explained. It is said that the Fur tribe hates humans. Do we really want to go? Jinbei said from the side. I'm going to go on the back of an elephant. Luffy immediately shouted loudly. No need to ask, get ready to go up. Bayou knew that this would be the result. These new things were extremely attractive to Luffy. And he himself also wanted to go up. The Fur tribe was a very powerful group. For the sake of the future, he also wanted to Zo became one of his forces. It is always good to prepare for a rainy day. Bayou took the 3 girls and flew high. Ace and Enilu can also fly. Frankie can also fly now. Several others cannot. The flying man was sitting on Brook's magic carpet. Mary still stayed to watch the ship. Boom. As soon as the Straw Hats boarded the elephant's back, they heard the sound of fighting. Amazing. There really is a country. Luffy's eyes were shining, completely ignoring the battle. You are here now, I am going to visit an old acquaintance. After Bayou finished speaking, he disappeared directly. The old acquaintance he was talking about was none other than Golden Lion. Are you convinced? The Golden Lion roared loudly. Even if you kill me, I will not obey you. Golden Lion, you will not succeed. Both Nico Viper and Inu Arashi were knocked to the ground. Even if the Golden Lion only had one hand left, they were still no match. The most important thing is that they were afraid of the Golden Lion's ability. The Golden Lion could completely defeat them. This country is taken from the back of the elephant owner. One of your hands is broken, how can you not be honest? Bayou suddenly appeared in front of the Golden Lion. You. Why are you here? The Golden Lion was startled and quickly backed away. You can come, why can't I come? Bye. You looked at the battlefield and saw many fur tribes lying on the ground. He sighed, you failed to attack the navy, but you came here to run wild. I really admire you. Is this how you conquered the world? Bayou, come and help me. As long as you help me, this world will definitely belong to us. Golden Lion still refuses to give up and wants to win over Bayou. Now he has no one available, and 20 years of hard work has been ruined by Aoki and Fujitora. The only one who can help him now is Bayou. One person. In fact, you can also think about this problem from another angle. I can recommend you to Long, Monkey D. Dragon. His revolutionary army is more suitable for you, and I can also help you restore your lost limbs. How about it? Bayou plans to introduce the Golden Lion to the dragon. Since they are all working against the world government, the two of them should be able to get along. As for whether the dragon can tame this crazy lion, it depends on his own destiny.